I'm Liliana. Welcome to MentorcliQ's Mentoring Soundbites, where we answer some of the most common and important questions professionals just like you ask about starting, managing, and growing their mentoring programs. In this video, talent development leaders from multiple industries provide advice on how to create, grow, and manage group mentoring programs and mentoring circles. Be sure to like and subscribe for more mentoring best practices like this.
This is what I've heard from programs in the past where it was just one-on-one mentoring, that some of the mentees, they're intimidated, they're nervous, they withhold, they don't quite know how to show up when all the focus is on them. And so in a group setting, the focus is dispersed. And in the group setting, no one really has to talk. My hope is that everyone will talk and share and explore, but they're not required to. In fact, I've structured the mentor's guide so that individual mentees can take notes. They can have reflections on paper, but not necessarily verbally disclose or verbally share. Most of them do verbally disclose and share, or they at least build up to it. And this is where courage is. This is the basis of courage, is especially tell courage, where we want their voice, we want to hear their ideas, we want them to self-explore and share what they're learning. And in a group of 3 mentees with 1 mentor who's doing their very best to create a safe environment, to me, it's a perfect recipe to build that courage and to build the vulnerability that's needed to go with it. First time we've offered group mentoring, we're using MentorcliQ to support that. Our mentees and our mentors are loving the group mentoring experience. My impression is, and what I've heard is, there's resistance to group mentoring because it just doesn't have that appeal that one-on-one mentoring has. It just doesn't. And it is incredibly powerful. It has its own unique benefits. And the small group of mentees and their mentor come from different lines of business and geographies. They're connecting, they're being open, they're being vulnerable with each other. They are experiencing the Empower program in a whole unique way. In order to support the group mentoring in the very best way I could think of, I put together a mentoring guide for each month. In the first month, the mentoring guide focuses on the general concept of courageous self-leadership and as an overview of those 3 types of courage I mentioned: try, trust, and tell. So that's the first month. And the mentor is provided with questions and a couple of activities to help create connection, to help create a vulnerable, safe environment for the mentees to begin building those relationships. And then in the second month, in this program, they focus on tell courage, the courage of voice. And there's a mentoring guide that supports that so that the mentors can very confidently and consistently across all 200 groups deliver an experience that the mentees will basically a similar experience across all groups.
In our program, the mentor is more there for guidance of the conversation and to share feedback after the fact. And since we're all over the country, our mentoring meetings often happen by Skype because we have purposefully created those to have different numbers of years of experience, different departments, different locations. And so we have just asked them to do 2 things. Number 1, tell progress on your individual development plan. And then number 2, bring in a case study or scenario that's truly happening to you. And then they go at it and they have a conversation for 60 to 90 minutes, having the chance to share those stories, mentoring and coaching each other. And it's not about advice giving. It's about the conversation and the questioning.
So we take all of those participants, around 200 some, and we break them into groups of about 5, somewhere between 5 and 7. And many of the algorithms that we use are regional, so that, they're within 2 time zones and things like that. So we have a group in Europe, we have a Asia Pacific group, all of that. And one of the things that we found, and we made the change this year, is that, we would set it up, give them guidelines and everything. Some groups are really good with that and they could just go, and other groups wanted more prescriptive. So one of the things that we added, it's not a mentor, because this is a peer mentoring. So the VP or the director is not the mentor. It's so that it's peer mentoring. They can all get different perspectives on whatever, so it really helps. But we added what we call a connector, which is the facilitator that helps the group get traction, stay on point, and move through. And that's been very helpful for us.
We're now going to be moving into the second half of the program, which is one-on-one mentoring. So the mentees who move into this part of the program will be paired with an individual mentor. They'll do private mentoring. But just as before, throughout this entire program, there is a curriculum. We also have monthly meetings that they can attend with executives that we interview, kind of like what's happening today, but we'll interview an executive, and our employees love hearing from our executives. And we now have included projects in the program, just simple projects for the mentees to do. And at the end of the program, they give a presentation. So I should say that the program has evolved from a traditional mentorship program really into a leadership development program for new and aspiring leaders that incorporates mentoring, a leadership curriculum, group work, projects, and presentations. Complex, multidimensional. It is an experience that these individuals love. If they commit to it, they love it.
What lingering questions do you have about starting a group mentoring program? Let us know in the comments below. Group mentoring and mentoring circles offer an effective way to mentor at scale. Although less personal than one-on-one, they can be very effective at building culture, advancing knowledge, and supporting employee engagement. Hungry for more insights? Check out the articles linked in the video description for more advice on group mentoring and mentoring circles. You will find even more mentoring tips at MentorcliQ.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get updated on mentoring best practices like this.